The Clippers just switched this. James Harden just switched. Paul George, stay with Kyle Anderson. Did you know you were switching? Like, what are you doing? In transition, you've got to communicate. Norman Powell, you're clearly going to have to take one of these Timberwolves players trailing the play. Kawhi Leonard to get the Anthony Edwards. Daniel Tice got to go to the corner. Daniel Tice is guarding air. Where's Norman Powell going? This is just not defense. I don't know what else to say. Stop doing it. Keep Nickeil Alexander-Walker out of the lane and hedge. Kawhi Leonard's right there in backside help. You put Daniel Tice in a 2-on-1 situation. What is he supposed to? Naz Reid is open and Alexander Walker. If you are switching this screen and Tice has to take Anthony Edwards, Amir Coffey has got to get underneath the screener and in help. Please. Why are you switching over the top? You should be in help right there. Amir Coffey is obviously late getting over this down screen, but either way, you'd have to guard this anyways. So why is this not a switch anyways? You don't guard this screen. How are you supposed to guard this handoff? Really? This is why you jam the screener when you go under. Tice, use your body, show your hands, so Mike Conley isn't going to pull right off this, and Amir Coffey can get under. But I gotta jam the screener and show my hands. Like, there's nothing to go under here. Mike Conley's just pulling immediately. Zubac, it is never okay for Gobert to be on the block. Get him out now. You're just letting him sit there. Sit there. Sit there. Get over it. He's initiating contact and throwing you around. How many times do you have to look at the same play? This isn't defense. Please, someone, do something. Hedge and keep Anthony Edwards out of the lane. Paul George is right there. Look what your ball screen defense is. Layup line. James Harden, just try and guard in transition here. Get back in a defensive stance. You've got help. Amir Coffey, Terrence Mann are in help. You're not trying. What even is that? Paul George, could you try and guard? Please, get in a defensive stance with your feet set, palms of your feet ready to slide. And no, you have help in the middle of the floor. Do you know that? Do you go over it? So we can shade Anthony Edwards in the middle of the floor. There's help. This is not trying. What is happening? Someone say something! This is the same thing. James Harden, do not backpedal in transition. Sprint back. Get your feet set in a defensive stance. This is a rookie in Leonard Miller. So you're just backpedaling. Again, like how does this not... There's help in the middle of the floor. So why are we not shading Leonard Miller to the middle of the floor? What are you doing? Ivica Zubac, guard the cross screen. Stay attached to Gobert as Edwards comes through. You're jamming him, knock him off his spot. So Terrence Mann can get to the other side, but you're attached the whole time. Because you don't do that, Terrence Mann was screened. So now you got to guard Anthony Edwards in the paint. So now Rudy Gobert sets a ball screen. You can't guard it. I would like to have iced the screen. Maybe hedged the screen. The sideline was right here. But there's nothing. You're guarding Anthony Edwards in the paint. So Mike Conley's why you got to step up now and take Mike Conley. Now, that gives up an open jumper, and you're not able to box out Gobert because of it. This, of course, would be a lot easier if Norman Powell would just force Anthony Edwards to the middle of the floor where Tice is waiting and help. But, of course, that doesn't happen. If you're James Harden, stop. Stay parallel to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Left foot on the block, right foot out, wide stance, feet set. We're going to stunt at the ball. We're going to recover. This is not even close. You're coming to the paint. You're moving towards the ball. Don't lean towards the screen early. If you're Terrence Mann, just guard. You'd want to ice this screen anyways. Why is this happening? You lean towards the screen early and get blown by the other way every time. The Clippers have any idea where their help coverages are. Bones Highland's going to come up and ignore his man in the corner. Paul George is going to be in the paint helping. So why are you backpedaling? I know I have help. Just shade him in somewhere. Somewhere. There's help everywhere. But you just backpedal. Backpedal, backpedal, backpedal. Let him in the paint. This is a tie game in the third quarter. Why is Paul George not sprinting over to take Kyle Anderson? Norman Powell sprinting back and Terrence Mann getting to the ball. Look at this transition defense. What is Paul George doing? What is... The Clippers clearly don't go over help or anything. You have help. Terrence Mann's in help. Paul George is in help. But you're busy backpedaling again. With help everywhere. So now on this screen, it is set at the free throw line. There is no room for drop coverage or anything other than switching. You have to switch. What the Clippers are trying to run drop coverage here. Anthony Edwards wide open. Even if this was a miss, Rudy Gobert's wide open underneath the rim. This is such a poorly coached team. How do I know that? Because Brandon Boston is guarding Kyle Anderson at half court. Never. Get to the three-point line in the gaps. Bones Highland should also be up the line in the gaps. But why is Zubac getting blown past? Rudy Gobert's not beating you off the dribble. So get up and guard him. You're just letting Rudy Gobert walk into the paint. What are you doing? I mean, Brandon Boston should be there. But what is this? James Harden in transition. Please sprint back. Why are you slowly backpedaling back? That's never transition. Wide open. You could take a homeless person or a fan in the stands and they can score on a wide open jumper given off a ball screen. Hedge the screen. The sideline is right here. Conley's going to have to pick his dribble up instantly. Harden's in backside help, but Zubac's going to be bumping him back the second Conley picks his dribble up, which is instantly. Look at this defense. Tell me that this is okay. Tell me. Clippers are trapping Anthony Edwards. So Ivica Zubac all the way up. You cannot let Anthony Edwards turn the corner. Bones Highland's coming in backside help on Kyle Anderson's roll off the screen. You'll leave Nickeil Alexander-Walker 2 passes away in the corner. But what are you doing? This is not a trap. Get up. What is Zubac doing? That's your trap? Here this is again. James Harden's guarding Anthony Edwards. Get up and guard. Bones Highland is going to leave his man to come help you. Terrence Mann is also in help. Why can't you get up and guard him? There's help everywhere. Get up. Clippers are trapping. Why can't Terrence Mann just get to the top of the key and guard? This is the worst trap ever. Then I got to get all the way up and pressure Edwards. And James Harden would have to move up here. You got to take everyone 1 pass away out. You're not worried about someone 2 passes away when you're trapping. But no one's moving, and you're not even pressuring Anthony Edwards at all.